Hey everyone, very quick video here. I'm just going to describe how I built my greenhouse for those of you who are interested in building your own greenhouse. I think it's a really fun project. It's rewarding me with lots of nice figs a lot earlier than I would ever imagine in the Chicago area. And just to give you an example, I've been eating Black Madeira figs since early July. I've been having Smith and some other early variety like Camboneri and Iranian candy since late June, with some Brevas, few, but you get the point. I early start my trees early in February, and by end of June I start harvesting the majority of my figs. So July I would eat Black Madeiras and all of my late varieties, and so that's why I needed the greenhouse. Now I'm going to describe exactly how I built my greenhouse or what I needed, but I will include my structural engineering blueprints and drawings. The sketches are something I did myself and shared with the structural engineer. This is exactly what I told him I need. And I did the design, all of it myself, but I still needed the structural engineer because the village require certified engineer to certify everything from the snow load and the wind load, and everything checked out. The only thing I needed to add, as recommended by the engineers, are these metal bracing on the two walls, and the only reason they're here only, not the entire thing, is just because this is the only section that I keep during the winter. Everything else is open, so I didn't need that. The way I built my greenhouse was in the design I did was 6 feet sections, and I'll go over this quickly. And the reason for that is, one, I chose a 6 feet wide twin wall polycarbonate sheets, so it's 6 feet apart on center. And so every 6 feet I would have a 4x4, and my frost line is 3 feet deep, so I had 3 feet deep holes, gravel on the bottom, then concrete, and also I have roughly 2 feet sitting in the concrete. So this is very solid. This is probably an overkill, but I love it. I want this to live for years. The polycarbonate sheets are rated for like 10 years. They're UV resistant and treated, so I'm hoping I get to use this for years to come. And okay, so 6 feet apart, you would have your 4x4s in the ground. You have 4x4s as your beams, and I chose 12 feet wide, so I have them span from over 2 sections. So every 2 6 feet sections share the same beam on top. And for the rafters here, I have 2 2x4s. This side is 10, this side is 9 height, and you do what we call bird's mouth on top, so you want maximum contact between these rafters and your beam. On the bottom, I did have between the 4x4 6 feet width, I have this plate on the bottom over 6 inch of concrete, and I do have this single 2x4 in the middle, 3 feet on center. And I do have for the rafters on top, I have them every 3 feet on center to support the snow on top from the during the winter, of course. So when it comes to the rafters, they are every 3 feet, so each section would require 4 of these 4x4s, depends on the height you want. So again, behind me and in front of me, 4x4, 4x4, 2 again behind me. You will have 1 2x4, another one here. You would have 1 2 3 4 5 6 2x4s on top for the rafters, and you need this 6 feet piece on the bottom on each side. So that's the amount of wood material wise you need for every section. You will need, depends on the height you choose, you will need 6 by however much the height is, twin wall polycarbonate. I chose the 8mm twin wall. And for the top, my greenhouse is 9 feet wide, so I have a few inches from the outside, so the water just can go away from the wall. And this wall is covered with twin wall polycarbonate. This is also plastic. The outside is OSB wood, and I have some plastic wrap over it. That's where I can do also the siding, like metal or something similar. Depends where you choose, but for me it's sealed properly with plastic. And behind me I have a lot of bushes, so it's almost covered. You can't see it anyways. But if you can do some metal or any of these sidings, that would be great. It will look nicer. For the north wall, especially in colder areas in the north, you don't need it to be plastic because you don't get any sun anyway. As long as the south facing, east, and the roofs are plastic, you should be fine. You get a lot of light. I have this mylar here to reflect as much sun back on the plants during the early start. And I'm going to show you the outside, at least the plastic. So what I have here, this is one section here, for example. I need a screw there. You have 6 feet wide, and where the two plastic sheets meet, the corner, I did put silicone, and I did put some duct tape, the metal duct tape, and then I have these metal flashing on top, and then I filled it with silicone inside again, so no water, airtight and watertight as well. I do have, again, this is the section that I closed during the winter. So this is my greenhouse, and the structural engineer suggested, the only addition they suggested was to put these metal bracings. So I did this X. I didn't need it on the OSB side because they can hold the wall from moving side to side and causing issues with high wind. So that's it. You can have as many 6-inch sections as you want. You can do every 4. You can do 4s as well, but I wanted to use I wanted to do less sealing of the plastic, so I chose the 6 by itself. If you don't have a lot of wind, technically speaking, you can do the same but use greenhouse plastic, like the rolls. I'm not sure how strong that will, but it should work. However, these plastic sheets are rated for 10 years, so once I install them, I should not worry about them for at least 10 years without any yellowing or cracking. So if I get 10 years out of this, I'll be the happiest man. Now, for air circulation, because it gets really hot, even in a cold minus 10 degree outside in February, I do have on that end I have a cutout. It's closed now, so animals and squirrels don't come in, but I do have a 24-inch shutter fan, and I have it in a thermostat that will turn on at 95 and shut down at 85 during the early start when I'm waking up my trees. And I do have on the opposite end a gravity vent shutter, so this will open and close when the air starts pushing on the other end. It's strong enough to open the vent itself because of all the pressure reduction in the greenhouse when all of the air is pushed out. So that part is simple. So 24-inch and 24-inch, 24 by 24, a vent on one end and a shutter fan to push the air out on the other end. If you build a smaller greenhouse, you might need smaller fans. So this 24, if I want to do something like 12 feet deep greenhouse, I probably can get away with 18 inches fan. So that's you can do the math. This one is 6,000 plus cubic feet per minute, the fan I have installed. And they come with 1 speed or 2 speeds, so you can adjust it based on the season and how cold it is outside, or how hot it is outside, actually, to be more specific. That's all. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this inspired a lot of you. I will be doing some maintenance on the greenhouse. I'm gonna have to, later on before I put the trees in, I'm gonna have to put back the wall. So this wall here, I'll put it back again, and I still have the same cutout for the fan, and I will close this section here. And this is only for storage because I need more space to early start my trees, because I need to spread them out and let them grow as much as possible and far away from each other so they don't shade each other. So please follow and subscribe to see the updates and what's going to come next here. Our season is still going on, and yeah, we have roughly 6 more weeks, I would say. I might consider, if I'm not too overwhelmed with too many things to do during the winter, I might put the plastic back and continue to ripen figs in the greenhouse. But I might need it, I might not need it. A lot of my trees will be done ripening figs because I would pick them all, but some will have some young fruits that I would love to continue to ripen these until as much as I can, not later than December, of course. Yeah, that's the video here. I will include my blueprints, as I mentioned, and drawings, so you can see the exact details. And let me know if you have any question in the comment. Thank you.